Welcome back to YouTube Tips, everyone. My name is Jared and I'm here with SteamNet to help you make your videos better. Today we're going to be talking about podcasting mics or game capture mics. So these are mics that you would have, you'd be talking into while you're making, gaming videos basically. Video production mics are going to be an entirely another video. So if video production is your thing, if you're a partner with SteamNet and you do make movies and stuff, that'll be another video. Sorry for the delay, but this is just on game recording and podcasting. So there's going to be two tiers, USB and XLR. Now first off, we're going to start with USB because USB mics are kind of like the lower tier. They're kind of what you start out with, and XLR more professional. So first off, for USB, basically, sorry if you see me looking over here, I have my notes over here because this is a lot to remember because there's a bunch of mic names and prices and a bunch of other stuff that I have to remember. So for the base headset, so now we'll start with a headset, and this is a headset that a lot of YouTubers use, is the Plantronics Gamecom 780s. Those headsets are really good for starting out. I actually used one when I was first starting out. I don't think any of those videos are still around, but they are pretty cool. It's a really good headset, and what they do is they have a mic that comes down in earphones, as you saw in the picture I just showed. They are really good for some things, but the audio quality is not quite there, and the actually headphone quality isn't always that great. So you kind of get there. They're very low budget. They sell for around $50. I'll put the prices up. And there's a reason. That's because they're pretty good, but they're just not professional. And so if you want to move up on USBs, here I'm gonna go. The next USB is a Blue Snowball. Blue Snowball mics are around $60. I'll put the price right there. And they are a little higher quality. It's just a round mic, as you saw in the picture. They're a little bit higher quality. I've again used that one personally. I've used a lot of these actually. I've used a Blue Snowball personally, and a lot of my videos back on the channel Ajar, we're using a Blue Snowball. They're decent USB mics. Yeah, they get some fairly good audio as long as you use them in a very closed way. So if you just have them they're back to a wall and you're talking directly into them with a pop filter, they're pretty good. But if you're gonna sit a little bit farther away from your mic, then I wouldn't recommend it because they get a little noisy, and the quality goes down the farther away you are from it, and it can get a little echoey. But they do have really great options on the side, 1, 2, and 3 for different settings. I don't exactly know them off the top of my head, and they're not on my notes, sorry, but they will have settings. One's for audio conferences, which is a group of people, one's for recording instruments, and one is for podcasting specifically. So that is nice. So if you're looking to get decent audio quality for a decent price, around $60, then I would recommend the Blue Snowball. Now, for a more professional level USB, this is about as high as USB mics go. You can get the Blue Yeti right there, the Blue Yeti or the Blue Yeti Pro right there. The pictures will be right there. And both of those mics are probably as high as you can get with USB mics. A Blue Yeti is around $100, and the Blue Yeti Pro is around $200, and they're both really good mics. A lot of YouTubers use those. They tend to be still starting out YouTubers, but the highest quality starting out, and I actually personally wouldn't recommend those too much. Those are options, and they're great mics. The audio is okay, but you could honestly, if you're going to spend $200 on a Blue Yeti Pro, you may as well just move up to an XLR because you'll get nicer quality and more customization with that. Okay, so now for XLRs. XLRs require an audio interface, so I'm going to go over those first. Audio interfaces are basically what you plug the XLR mic into, and you need them to power the XLR mic. But what's nice is that XLR mics tend to be a little bit cheaper because they don't need the onboard power, and they offer a better audio quality because they're an analog mic, which is nice. So the first audio interface, and actually if you might need to look up a tutorial on how to use them if you buy one of these. I don't personally do tutorials because they're not my thing. This is just kind of helping you guys know what to get if you're looking to expand your channel, but you might want to look up a YouTube tutorial on audio interfaces if you get this, because they can be a little tricky, but not too hard. They're not too hard. I know you guys are smart, you guys can figure it out. So the first audio interface is a Behringer Now I'm gonna butcher this name. I think it's a Xenyx, Xenyx. The name will, and the picture will be right there. And they range around $50, and they are like the lowest audio interface. Now so this will just be for one mic, and it'll be mono, because XLR mics require, if you want it stereo, you'll have to get into two, and I'll talk about that in a second. So this is just for one mic, but you will get a fairly high amount of customization options. There's a lot of knobs that you can mess around with the exact fine detail of what your audio will be, so that is cool. If you have maybe if you have some interesting things going on, maybe the acoustics in your room aren't very good, then that might be actually a solid choice actually over the more expensive ones, because that one offers a lot more customization in terms of audio, but it is a lot more complicated, and it's also the cheapest. So now the next one is a PreSonus audio box. I have to look over there because that's where my notes are again, I'm sorry. And that is $100, and it is a 2x2 or a 2i2. Those are the two terms they usually use. And that means that there's two outputs and two inputs, which means you can plug two mics. If you wanted two mics like next to you, one right here and one right here, you could have really good stereo quality. Some YouTubers do that, not very many. I don't even know any off the top of my head, but that's a lot more for like audio production and like, you know, playing guitar and singing, or maybe if you want to have like two people, if you're recording with two people in the same room. Sorry, I'm messing with my hair so much. My hair keeps getting in my eyes because it's too long and I need a haircut. If you have like two people in the same room, you might need two mics, because one mic, it tends to not pick up two people very well. So if you wanted two people in the same room, you could have two separate mics, and then those two people could talk into it and it would go into one audio file. So that's cool. PreSonus, the only downsides to it is it's not a great audio interface, but it's pretty good. And if you're looking for, you know, an easy one to plug two mics into and some decent customization and at a good price, $100, then I would recommend that one. Now the final audio interface is my personal favorite, and it's the one I use, is the Focusrite Scarlet 2i2. Now in my opinion, this is the best one. I think it offers the best audio quality, and it offers slightly less customization, but it's a lot more just plug in and use, which I do like. It offers a live monitor, which I don't believe the other two do. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that, but it offers a live monitor, so you can easily, just with one switch, monitor your voice and your audio levels, which is really nice. It also works as a sound card, so you can actually run all your computer sound through that, which I actually believe the PreSonus probably also does, but I'm not too sure about the Behringer Xenyx, because I haven't used those other two. I've only read the stats, and they don't always label all these things good. So the Focusrite can work as a sound card, which means you can run all your computer sound through it and actually get a nicer sound quality. So you actually plug your headphones into the Focusrite box itself. No! God darn it. It actually, it has this little light that'll tell you when you're talking. It'll light up green if the volume is good, and it'll light up red if it's too loud, and it won't show up at all if it's not loud enough, which is really nice. I haven't seen any other audio interface do that except on the Focusrite Scarlet series, and it's really a handy feature, because sometimes if if I'm worried that my audio might not be quite loud enough, what you can do is you can actually monitor your audio. You can say test into the mic, and you can say test, 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 and you can turn the volume up and down, which will get your audio perfectly synced up, and so it'll sound just perfect on your videos, because a lot of YouTubers do have problems where their mic is just a little too quiet or a little too loud, and so that will completely fix that for you. And the Focusrite Scarlet runs around $200. There's also a picture of it right there. You saw it earlier, but it's right there now. And it is the best in my opinion, so if you guys have the money for a $200 audio interface plus a mic, I would totally go with that one. Okay, so now we're going to talk about XLR mics. Now these will plug into your audio interface, and you will get a lot better analog audio source. So if you want really, really good audio quality, I would recommend an XLR mic. Now, the lowest tier of an XLR mic is probably a MXL 770. It runs about $75, and it will offer good quality, but it'll probably have a little bit more noise in it, so you might have to run it through Audacity or any other audio editing program and remove the noise from it, because it will have a little bit more room noise, and it also won't be just top-notch quality, but it'll still be better than, let's say, a Blue Snowball or a USB AT 2020. I keep hearing, look at my notes. So yeah, it will be better than that, but it won't be quite on par. So, and the other nice thing about XLR mics is that the mics come cheaper because they don't have to power themselves, because the audio interface will do that themselves, but you will need the audio interface also, so it will be more expensive at first, but then if you want to upgrade mics, it will be cheaper in the future. So the MXL 770. Now the next mic is another MXL mic. It's an MXL 990, and it runs about $90. That's kind of, I don't know why, I'm not sure if they did that on purpose, but yeah, it runs $90, and it's a little bit better than the 770. It probably has a little bit less room noise, and it has a little bit bigger diaphragm, which means it'll catch a more, I don't know how to say it, like bassy sound, and it'll be better for, let's say, louder. If you're louder, you're shouting, it'll do a little bit better, and it'll also do better if you're quieter, because it has a bigger diaphragm, so it can just catch more sound. And so that will be good. It'll also just be a slightly higher quality, and will offer a little switch on the side to adjust noise levels in case maybe your room is a little noisy. You can actually turn the switch on and off a little bit, and that will further your audio quality even more. Now the next mic is a AT2020, which I know I already talked about as a USB mic, and this is the one I personally use. Actually, I personally use an XLR AT2020. It's $100. It's actually cheaper. Okay, sorry. It's not cheaper. I just looked at my notes and realized it's not, but it is a but it does offer better audio quality than the USB one because it's analog and runs through an audio interface, and also offers more customization with an audio interface. Personally, I like it. It doesn't have any of the switches on the side like the MXL 990 might, but it does offer just slightly better audio quality, even though if you're slightly far away, it gets a little echoey though. So there's a trade-off in that. You have to be a little bit closer to this mic than other mics, but that shouldn't be a problem as long as you have a boom arm or a stand or something you can put it on. So the final mic is probably the nicest mic that I personally know of for podcasting, and that is, now bear with me because this is a really, really long name, SE, which stands for something that I don't know. I didn't even write that down. And SE2200A Roman numeral 2. Yeah, that's it. The branding is, I mean, the name, they didn't think about that too much because that's impossible to remember. I mean, I have to literally read it off my notes, but it runs about $300, and it is the nicest mic that I personally know of. I'm actually going to plan to get it eventually when I have the money, and that will offer the best audio quality, and you have a little bit more freedom of where it is versus here to there to wherever you want to put it. It will offer a little bit more customization and have the switches on the side to cancel noise, get louder, or be in the normal middle, and which is good if in case your room is noisy or maybe you're too loud and you need to shout like it's a scary video or something. You know, if it's one of those things, it'll offer more customization and the nicest audio quality. It's also a smaller diaphragm, which will offer better audio quality, but you will need to talk more directly at it, so you will have to, as you can be as far away from you want, you will have to aim it more at you, so if you're talking to the back of it or the top of it, it will not sound good at all. You will have to talk directly into the side. You know, the label will be there, and if you actually read the instruction manual, which no one does, it will tell you to do that, so you don't even need to worry about it. But yeah, so the smaller diaphragm will offer better audio quality, but at the same time, you will need to be a little bit more careful of where you're talking into it because it won't catch as much audio if you're talking like away from it or into the top of it or something. That'll just sound terrible. Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Jared. I'm here with SteamNet to bring you this YouTube tip series. It's really great to help you guys better your videos. Thank you for bearing with me while I have to read off my notes because there's a lot of complicated names and numbers and I'm not too good with my memory. Next week will be video production microphones such as boom mics and lapel mics and those kind of things, and audio interfaces separate from the ones we've already talked about, which will be for like recording in the field. Next week I'll talk about that, and then after that I should be talking about cameras, so that'll be fun, so stay tuned for all of those. There'll be plenty more YouTube tips to come. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to the SteamNet channel, and if you're not a SteamNet member, we offer a lot of great features such as the SteamNet circuit with me where we shout out your channel, and we help you grow your channel because that's what SteamNet is about, growing your channel. So thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye.